The Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Mama, I'm feeling hungry. Can you give me something to eat?
Would you like to have some porridge?
Porridge?
Do you know about the family of bears who loved porridge for breakfast?
No, Mama. Tell me more.
Okay, come sit next to me and listen carefully. Once upon a time, there were three bears who lived in a cottage in a forest. Father Bear was very big and had a deep, growly voice. Mother Bear was medium-sized and had a soft, middling, deep voice. Baby Bear was very small indeed and had a tiny, squeaky voice. They each had their own chair, their very own bed, their very own porridge bowl, and their very own spoon. Every morning, Mother Bear boiled porridge for breakfast and poured it into 3 bowls. There was a very big bowl for Father Bear, a medium-sized bowl for Mother Bear, and a tiny little bowl for Baby Bear. One morning, the 3 bears sat down as usual. They each took a spoonful of the steaming porridge.
Ouch! My porridge is too much hot.
Ouch! My porridge is much too hot,
cried Mother Bear in her soft, middling, deep voice.
Ouch! My porridge is too hot. I have burned my mouth,
squeaked Baby Bear in his tiny, squeaky voice.
Let's go for a walk in the forest while our porridge cools down,
suggested Mother Bear, and off they went. No sooner had the bears left the house than a little girl stopped at the front gate. Her name was Goldilocks. Because her head was covered in golden curls, she lived in a house right on the other side of the forest. She had been walking for a long time and was very hungry and tired. The front door was open, so Goldilocks peeped inside.
Is anyone at home?
She called. There was no answer, so she tiptoed into the kitchen to see what she could find. When she saw the porridge, Goldilocks felt hungrier than ever. She picked up the very big spoon and tasted the porridge in the very big bowl. It was far too hot. Then she picked up the medium-sized spoon and tasted the porridge in the medium-sized bowl. But that was much too lumpy. Then she picked up the very small spoon and tasted the porridge in the smallest bowl. It was just right. She ate it all up.
I will sit down and rest for a minute before walking home,
Goldilocks thought to herself. First she sat down in Father Bear's very big chair, but it was much too hard. Then she sat down in Mother Bear's medium-sized chair, but that was too soft. Then she tried Baby Bear's tiny little chair. It seemed just right. But Goldilocks was far too heavy for it. The chair began to crack and then broke into bits. Goldilocks was sorry about the chair, but there was nothing she could do. She still felt tired, so she went into the bedroom. There she saw 3 beds, a very big bed, a medium-sized bed, and a tiny little bed.
I will just have a little sleep before going home.
So
Goldilocks climbed up onto the very big bed. But when she lay down, she found it was much too hard. So she climbed down and tried the medium-sized bed. But that was much too soft. Then she lay down on the tiny little bed. It was just right. Goldilocks fell fast asleep in no time at all. Soon afterwards, the three bears came home for breakfast. They stared at the bowls of porridge on the kitchen table.
Who's been eating my porridge?
Roared Father Bear in his deep, growly voice.
Who's been eating my porridge?
Cried Mother Bear in her soft, middling, deep voice.
Who's been eating my porridge? And eaten it all up?
Wailed Baby Bear in his tiny, squeaky voice. Then Father Bear looked at his very big chair. The cushions were all crumpled.
Who's been sitting in my chair?
He roared in his deep, growly voice. Mother Bear looked at her medium-sized chair. Its cushions too were all crumpled.
Who's been sitting in my chair?
She cried in her soft, middling, deep voice. Baby Bear looked at his tiny little chair.
Who's been sitting in my chair and broken it into pieces?
He wailed in his tiny, squeaky voice.
Someone's been in our house,
roared Father Bear.
Let's look in the other rooms.
The three bears went into their bedroom. Father Bear looked at his very big bed, which had a rumpled cover.
Who's been sleeping in my bed?
He roared in his deep, growly voice. Mother Bear looked at her medium-sized bed, which had the bedclothes turned back.
Who's been sleeping in my bed?
She cried in her soft, middling, deep voice. Baby Bear looked at his tiny little bed.
Look,
he squeaked in his tiny, squeaky voice.
Somebody's sleeping in my bed now!
The noise of the three bears woke Goldilocks up. When she saw them, she was very frightened. She jumped up and ran out of the house as fast as her legs could carry her. She ran all the way home and never went into the forest again.